You see the football player? Their kid is running towards him to give him the hug.
Oh.
PTSD. Punches him right in the face. Like, motherfucker, nobody's texting now. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cancellable Podcast. My name is Bardia. I'm here with Kurosh.
What's up, guys?
And Faisal.
Hey guys, what's up?
Faisal is back.
Finally, yeah.
Why did I say it like that? Back.
I renegotiated my contract. I'm getting more money than stuff. I'm leaving now. Fuck.
Yeah, welcome back. We missed you
A lot.
And the episodes felt super weird without you.
I watched them. They're pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, I noticed that you guys were talking about some things you wanted to do to me when I got back.
Oh yeah,
Thank you, actually. Yeah, let's do it.
completely forgot.
I love how you gave the intro. Forgot. Good luck. Do you want me to do it first?
For people who
bro,
didn't
doesn't-
see episode, what was it
16 and 17.
16? This is a smelling salt. Apparently, it's the strongest one in the world, and
I'll have you know, I have just recovered from the virus we will not name from a specific country.
HIV.
Oh
Thailand.
no, man! Don't say that. Don't say that.
Open it, take a sniff. Don't put it too close to
The
your
name
nose.
is Ah.
Yeah, very creative.
That's my lung, by the way. I just want you to know.
Good luck.
I'm scared, man.
Yeah, you should be. No, but
I'm worried about the coffee, by the way.
It lost some of its strength.
I'm worried
No,
about
go a bit closer, you pussy.
No, I'm saying, am I supposed to?
Yeah, like there.
Yes, but two goes.
Bro, what the? Ooh, wow. Wow. I'll try again. Yo, that.
You're not taking a big breath, bro.
Bro, yeah, I can't. It's gone to my eyes.
Wait, I want to do it.
Oh, I can smell it from here.
Yeah,
Fuck.
man.
You
Dude,
gonna
that
do it?
smells
Yeah.
like something I know.
I mean, it's,
Urine.
yeah, it tastes
Bro,
like...
if someone's urine tastes like if someone's urine smells like that,
How do other people's urine taste like?
I mean, if someone's urine smells like that, bro, he's got to go to a doctor.
No, but it smells like the urinals. You know that thing they
Yeah,
put
yeah,
the
yeah,
medicine
exactly,
they
that's the
use for the
thing, yeah.
urinals? That's...
Are we smelling that? That's why it's called Ah.
I feel like I'm the only one that had a weird reaction to it.
It's called being a pussy.
It's much less strong.
Fuck you. Look at the video how close my nose was.
Yeah,
it
but
was
you,
inside.
like, bro, mashallah,
Let
your
a fucking
nose,
bee come
bro,
in.
mashallah, your nose, like, that could take up.
Are you okay? You're singing a Robert De Niro impression.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on with the family?
I felt like, oh, I don't
I
know.
don't think you're meant to do this many times in a row.
Yo, what the fuck happened?
Wow. Wow. But you know,
All this. Why am I doing? I don't want to do it.
Do it!
bro, why does why does it affect your eyes?
I don't know. I think.
And this
Actually,
is
on the
supposed to be
top
for
of it,
gym?
it said, do not let it... What's it?
There's a big ass sign that says.
Eyes, do not get close.
Oh man, because like I've been tear gassed, man.
I think that's why they say 30 centimeters from your face.
Fuck. Bro, I'm telling you that.
Yo, it burned.
Woo, yeah, my left eye.
No, my nostril, man. I feel it like all the way.
Now you know how I felt last time, except it was brand new.
Thanks guys for welcoming
Listening.
me back with that. No, welcoming me back with that shit. God damn.
No problem.
Welcome back, man.
Yeah, welcome back.
Why can't you get something like, hey guys, you know, I thought I'd bring on the show like
Donuts. I don't know.
something nice.
Clearly, we've had enough of it back in the day. Like,
Yeah, man. Damn.
Broccolis. I don't know, like something.
And that's used for the gym.
apparently, yeah.
I don't
Actually
feel like
helps.
lifting afterwards.
The thing
I
is,
feel like crawling up and crying.
the videos I've seen, people do it and they go straight into a lift, right?
Yeah.
But from my experience, I do it like 30 minutes before I get to the gym, and then it helps. I'm like woken up, but I'm not like crying my ass off.
Oh.
You
I
know,
want to read what's the ingredients.
Urine.
horse piss. I don't fucking know. Wakes you the fuck up. All right, let's get into the episode.
Would you rather do this or cold showers?
Cold shower.
Cold shower?
Yeah.
Well, it depends how cold of a shower you're talking.
Same
Cold shower.
time. Yeah, I'm not okay by it from that salt. Like my nostrils
Dude,
still burning.
it went into my nostrils and then like
You know, it's karma for last time laughing at me so much. Remember
but
how
bro,
hard
come
you
on.
were laughing when I almost
we
threw
made
up?
it into a clip. It was
Bro,
clearly
your,
a funny ass
your
fucking-
reaction was like some martial arts. Wah! Like us, we were just like in pain. You were like,
bro, my nose went deep inside.
but I mean, like compared to the size difference, it makes sense.
yeah, I know. And you guys did like, mine was like,
You told me. Yeah,
know?
that was.
Yeah.
Did you actually do that?
He did.
yeah, you can see it like fucking flapping, you know,
Oh,
like wings. I have the
Dumbo.
size for it. To be honest, I can't.
But yeah, so thank you for that experience. I feel like on the show, things just get worse. We got
What do you
that stimulation of period or pregnancy.
Yeah, yeah,
Now
period
this,
pain.
what's
period.
next?
Not pregnancy, damn.
Next,
like, we shove something up.
flying
a bit.
dildo.
Bro, can you imagine Kurosh comes to us, you ever been to the UK? No? just stabs you. I always like to bring authenticity to this group, you know? Just stabs both of us. Now listen, it's called the UK experience.
Don't pull out the knife.
Yeah. When you ask directions in the UK, just start getting stabbed.
Oh,
Oh,
speaking
you've
of,
been to UK? Have you ever been to Colombia?
oh wait, speaking of stabbing people. wait. I don't know how else to segue into this, but you know how
How to segue into this?
How to get into it?
What the fuck? Yo, I'm just gonna lorry into this. Like,
you know how pretty much every episode, you call either me or Bardi a psychopath. So I was wondering, like, what you know, like,
Speaking of stabbing people. By the way, welcome back, Faisal.
that's what I'm saying.
no, but what I was thinking is like, why hasn't the psychopathic gene in humans been like eliminated over the time? Because it doesn't seem to have any like benefit to humanity. Like
It does, though.
Well, I looked into it. I don't know if you guys want to discuss it first, or I give the shit I found and then we.
How about
discuss
you
it.
talk about, like, you spit your facts?
Yo, spit your shit.
Oh, my man, give me a sec. Okay, so a lot of it was that back in the day, actually being a psychopath was beneficial to society. So, for example, if you think about, let's say, Vikings, and you want to go and raid and rape and fucking pillage and like whatever, all that shit. If you're a kind, nice, normal human being, that shit would give you PTSD even back in the day. But if you had a few psychopaths within you, that would make it a lot easier if they were on your side
Okay.
to
Yeah.
like actually like
That's a big if, by the way.
Yeah.
Wait, let's first understand what is the definition of a psychopath.
barrier.
No. Like honestly, what is the definition of a psychopath?
I don't actually know.
Can you write it? Like, can you search it up? Because again, a lot of
empathy.
people tend to be psychopaths or sociopaths.
Sociopath is very different.
Yeah, it's very different. But these are
So-
two things that okay.
So the definition for a psychopath is a person affected by chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior.
Okay. So that's the definition of it, yeah?
Yeah.
And you're talking about how if it's genetic or hereditary.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff when I was reading is that there's an argument between like it hasn't been proven that if there's a specific gene for it or it's just a combination of the environment you're born into and your childhood and all the shit around you, or some people think there might be something within the DNA that can be
Triggered,
like,
maybe, but
yeah.
there's a lot of 100%. It has, like, you're the one who looked this up, but like there has to be environmental factors into like getting some.
Yeah, because like if you watch any like Netflix documentaries on
pretty
psychopaths,
much like childhood was pretty fucked up.
Yeah,
like,
99% of them is a male that was affected by like bad mother or like bad relationship with their mother.
I think
So-
psychopath itself is not something that you can identify within a gene, but I think maybe someone who's schizophrenic or someone who has tendencies of mental issues can lead up to them, like by you automatically having, let's say, schizophrenia, right? Okay, and that person has schizophrenia and also at the same time has a very bad childhood upbringing. That brings that psychopath,
I don't.
identity
I
out.
don't think it's necessary.
Schizophrenia is very different mental
yeah.
issue than psychopathic issue.
No, but psychopathic, in his definition, it is mental issues, right, that are brought up. So a psychopath is not, oh, you have the gene,
No, so
you have the
basically-
classification of psychopath. It's not it's not a illness. it is, as mentioned in that definition you mentioned, it's mental issues that cause violent outbursts.
Yeah, so when I looked into this, different countries have different definitions of it, but technically to be a psychopath, you need to have like around 40 criterias that you check off, but you could have psychopathic tendencies and never be classified as a psychopath. Because like one of the checklists, I don't know if we talked about this
I
before
think
or
it
not.
says you have to kill someone.
Well, you need to have like a criminal history. Like it's not that like you can be a psychopath and like you can be classified as a psychopath if you haven't hit like majority of the like stuff on the list. Yeah.
Well, okay.
So, anyways, let me continue with this. So it helps like it would help like during wartime and everything, especially back in the day. But also another thing is that back in the day, if you were a psychopath, like when we lived in small tribes, let's say you're a psychopath in a village that's like 150 people, and you start fucking people over, most probably they will kill you. And it's a lot harder to go from one tribe to another tribe and be accepted as like a person they don't know.
That's been banished from one tribe.
Yeah, but they think there's more psychopaths now because it's a lot easier to move from place to place without people questioning who you are. So as long as like you change your social media or use a fake name or whatever, you can just move from one town to a different like city and just get a new name, change your name. Unless obviously you've killed like 1 million people and the police is chasing you.
You don't need to kill 1 million people for the police to chase them. But
Yeah.
I get your point.
I'm saying, but yeah, like it was the main thing that basically the conclusion that I could find was that the reason why it hasn't been eliminated through our gene pool over the past fucking millions of years, whatever we've been alive, not millions, but it's because till like recent history was very beneficial to be a psychopath.
But wouldn't it be still beneficial to have psychopathic tendencies for some people? I'm not saying it's good to be a psychopath, but I'm saying like there are certain, as for the criteria, one of them is like to have like lack of empathy and like other things like that. One of them,
Yeah.
you don't have like just because someone doesn't have has low empathy is immediately identified as a psychopath. But I'm saying like in terms of leaders and like for example like people for leaders and people who are in charge of a lot of people, if you think more logically than emotionally, that's why it says sociopath and psychopath are a big difference. Like
I think it depends. There's different categories of it.
I disagree with you in that sense because, sorry, I mean,
your opinion of
no, but the whole point is like, you see, to what you said is like to have no empathy, to cut off, emotions and such. Psychopaths have emotions. Psychopaths are people that actually can control their emotions and have these outbursts. If you look at people if you look at people like Ted Bundy, if you looked at the guy, he seemed like an all-American chap who, chap. I don't know why I said that.
not the best way to
but
describe an American as chap.
No, but like he was an all-American guy who, looked normal and was okay, but and if you talk to him and people who talked to him said, oh yeah, he seemed normal, he was very charming and stuff, but then when he would go to women, he'd break their ribs, he'd like, beat them and then do things to them that was animalistic, similar to
Dahmer?
Jeffrey Dahmer was like, yeah, he was a psychopath, but he was never in control of his emotions. That's why when you guys say to me that, oh, a psychopath, the genes, I think it's a lot of things culminating and when you say, oh, a psychopath is someone who, it would be good in some scenarios, like if they have tendencies, I think it's more of they did it. Other people would hesitate.
Okay. Two things. I think there's a miscommunication there. Are we talking about people who classify as psychopaths or people who classify as having some of those 4D markers of psychopath?
40 is a lot, by the way.
Yeah, so like
That
let's
could
say
be a lot of people.
if you have like 10 of those tendencies, yeah, you could be more beneficial to society in certain situations. But if you classify as a Ted Bundy, as a psychopath, I don't think you have any benefits to society other than, I don't know, if you hate women, you would get rid of them.
No, but that's the thing. So sorry.
No.
That's the thing, right? So you having those psychopathic tendencies,
Yeah.
right? What are those tendencies in themselves? You had a guy like Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper, they had lots of, they used to theorize that this guy was actually a very controlled like a gentleman of high society in England who was so precise with the knife that he could do an autopsy on a person who was alive and remove the organs and stuff. And then a couple of times it would look like a bear had gone into these brothels and ripped these women open. So, like, again, what are these tendencies you mentioned that and if you like as you said, psychopaths won't be able to contribute to society.
Okay, I found. This was a quick search, and I don't know how accurate this is, but one is egocentricity. Okay, never mind. Let's not get into
No,
that.
that's interesting.
No,
No.
Have you
'cause
watched American
the
Psycho?
rest of them, you need to read the explanation.
No,
to be able, 'cause
have you
it's
watched
just one
American
word.
Psycho?
Sorry?
Have you watched American
Yeah,
Psycho?
of course.
Like that by egocentric person. That
I actually haven't watched that.
very good movie.
That's the one with the
Christian
Batman
Bale.
guy. Yeah,
I've watched it like so many times. It's such a good movie.
I've just seen clips on like TikTok.
No.
and stuff.
Every part of the movie you don't want to miss. It's so good. And by the way, this funny thing, you know how we say like 40, there are 40 criteria to meet? By that, I feel like it comes to the fact that it's not like if it's 40 the criteria to meet to be able to be identified fully as a psychopath, then surely it's not one specific gene. Then it could like one person might be able to conclude that if it's 40 things that I need to like tick off to become
So
this.
there was actually a story. I don't know if I've told you the story or not, but stop me if I have. There was this scientist who was doing a study on this topic. So he brings in a bunch of like people that are under him, like understudies, students, and everything, to scan their brain, like showing them with different scientific methods. But he was taking images of their brain, and then at some point he runs out of patients to basically test, so he does it to himself as well. And then as he's going over the brain scans, he finds one that has like basically all the right markers for a person that has like the psychopathic tendencies. And then he goes through the details and everything, and then he finds out it's his own brain. But he's a very like successful scientist. He's never had any violent acts or none of that, but he had some of those brain functions that is similar to what a psychopath would have, or like the classic definition of a psychopath. And then when they were doing like interviews with his family members, they're like, have you ever, because no one knew, even he didn't know. They were asking his family members, have you noticed anything off with your dad? And everyone was saying that like, oh, he's not super emotional, and like certain places his responses doesn't seem to be like within the norm response that people would have. So as you said before, there are some cases that you could have some of the elements of it, and it actually could help you. For example, like being a narcissist is one of the elements of it. And apparently there's two types of narcissism. I haven't looked into them that much. One is that you're missing, like you feel like you're not good enough on the inside, and you project that, oh, I think I'm good. You project that confidence. Apparently that's the good one. The other one is vice versa, apparently. So you feel like you're good enough, but you don't show people, something along those lines. So like one of the tendencies is narcissism. And if you have the good type of narcissism, which you see in a hint of it in a lot of like CEOs of like very popular businesses and all of that, is that it could drive you, because you have that confidence in yourself, regardless if it's valid or not, it could help you like push through certain elements of life, such as your career.
I think I get what you mean, and I think that's one of the reasons why there are a lot of successful people who are CEOs or entrepreneurs or whatnot. I think what's very important here is, as you said, having those psychopathic tendencies is like you or let's say an entrepreneur having that tenacity to like fuck over his partner to take the organization for himself. To be bloodthirsty in that sense, or to have no remorse that you're going to cut someone out And you can see so many, examples of this.
I wish
You
you were
guys,
here.
you guys were talking about last episode.
Zuckerberg and
You were talking about,
Jobs.
and also Steve Jobs. His partner's name was Steve Wozniak. He was the hardware specialist who created the Mac, right? He created the actual computer itself, while Steve Jobs was the face.
Yeah.
I think that those are the the psychopathic tendencies. Although they might not even be psychopathic. I think it's more of you having the gall or the bloodthirstiness to fuck over someone to get what you want, and a lot of people aren't willing to do that. Like, I'm reading this book now called 48 Laws of Power.
Oh,
I've heard a lot about it.
And one of the examples is that the thing I love about the book is that it gives you rules and then shows you examples of it, right? And one of the examples he mentions is like, if you are a person who wishes to do good only in life, you will have the misfortune of being attacked by people who will not do good, or who are willing to
take advantage
or who are willing to be evil, but because you are always trying to be good and do good by people, those people will not do good by you, and they will put you down.
That's kind of unfortunate nature of humanity as well.
And it's what it is now. I think a lot of people get successful because they sort of cross that line where, hey, you wouldn't do that to me. Come on, we've been friends, or hey, you wouldn't do it to me because this is not how you're playing dirty.
Yeah.
And I think that's a psychopathic tendency in a sense.
Maybe,
because you're willing to draw the line, cross the line to get what you want. And that narcissistic sort of or egocentric trait comes out where I only give a shit about me. It's only me. And I don't give a damn about anyone else. So.
What?
Say
it. What's on your mind?
This is on my mind since like when we were talking about the Jack the Ripper. Imagine if you had a list.
I'm gonna fly.
Who are you? I'm Jack the Lipper. I'm gonna lip you up. Every time now in my head, all I keep hearing is like, I'm gonna lip you up so good. If it was Asian, that would be so much worse.
Oh wow! But you know what?
It's on the news. Who's Jack the Lipper?
But you know what's really scary about that case? Wow.
What was scary about that case?
Is that he stopped completely after killing the last person. He stopped completely.
He didn't get caught, did he?
Never got caught. And that's why a lot of people are wondering if he either died or something happened, because he had such a barbaric way of destroying these people. Like, he would rip them up, and apparently when the police would get there, they'd throw up because of how brutally he would. I think that camera's
okay. Continue.
Yeah, so they would be baffled, and then all of a sudden he just stops, and there's never another killing, and they never found him. So either he's a super psychopath who is in control of his emotions, that he could stop, because come on, if you see someone who can do that, and it's like an urge for him, and he was doing it like every other night. You know what I mean? And imagine, like, they used to have police on the streets, and in a corner, like in a span of a corner of a street, there would be two police officers in the middle of it. He'd kill someone in between them, and they would never find him.
Wow.
So
what if it was a police officer?
That's what they think. They actually think that he was a part of the Illuminati or the Freemasons because he was so powerful. He must have been, like someone from a really high position, because from eyewitness accounts of seeing someone in the area, he was very well dressed. He had to be able to dissect these people in a way, and get, like, he had to be very educated as a surgeon. But at the same time, it's like people think that he's like the epitome of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So it's a Hammer horror house book, like these novels in the UK they used to write, where they had like Dracula, Frankenstein, and there was a guy called Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and he was a very, very good doctor who made a medicine to try and fix people, but Instead, when he took the medicine himself to test it, he became Mr. Hyde, which was a vicious monster. And they correlate him to Jack the Ripper. And they're like, this guy might have been the real Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think when we talk about psychopaths and stuff, he's a very unique case because for someone to...
I actually want to read
about it.
Like,
And the thing is that, you know, they created Sherlock Holmes to try and calm the people down because of
really? Because I'm big fan of Sherlock Holmes, and I read like the books, and at the beginning like of the first book, it talks about how the writer,
Arthur C. Clarke, I think his name is Arthur C. Clarke.
maybe, I don't want to say yes, but I can pull it up.
That's his name.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
While you guys do this, I don't know shit about Illuminati. Like, I know people talk about it and stuff. Are you guys?
I missed the time where everyone was like so into it and was.
Do you know about Illuminati and like all the topics?
Like the thing is that like
I know a little bit about it.
Like that whole topic of deep state that like they talk about.
Yeah.
Like the whole conspiracy theory of deep state.
Yeah.
It's not Arthur C. Clarke. Sorry, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. That's his name.
That sounds more familiar.
Yeah. He was the one who wrote Sherlock Holmes.
So basically, he was talking about how when he got inspired by it, so he had this. I really don't want to fuck this up, but like I believe he like before getting into it, like he knew this doctor, or he was getting into the field of medicine. That he was getting into the field of medicine, and there was this doctor that when seeing a body or like a patient, doesn't have to be a dead person, certain things, like for example, how the shoes were, the dirt on the shoes and everything, he would conclude like the conclusion by deduction, like he would do those stuff, and that inspired the character of Sherlock Holmes for the writer.
I can imagine. I mean,
like there was actually a person who would do. I mean, not as fictional as the Sherlock Holmes character, but like it's like that person had those like similar characters, and it was really cool. Like,
but they had to create someone like that because I mean, a lot of people at the time. Because I researched a lot about it because it was my dad was very much into murder mysteries, and from a young age I used to watch Sherlock Holmes, and they were talking about how Jack the Ripper like had a hold on London itself. People were too scared to go out. They were rioting, saying the government wasn't doing enough. So, you know, what's the best thing to do? Create a character, you know,
like
someone.
build confidence.
And at the time, people were thinking, oh, maybe he's actually real. Maybe Sherlock Holmes is, you know, someone who's going out there trying to find this guy. You know, because he also mentioned Scotland Yard. And in the show, they even had shows, but that was later on. They mentioned Scotland Yard, and they mentioned that, you know,
like try to make it relatable.
Yeah, and even if I'm not mistaken, 25C Baker Street is where he has an actual apartment, and if you go there, it says Sherlock Holmes. Like they've made it into a museum and stuff. Okay. You know, 25 Baker Street. I think.
I mean, I think
Baker Street. You're correct. I don't know. I don't remember 25C.
Well, I think it was a similar thing with why Captain America, the character of Captain America, was introduced to comic books. Was to build confidence in the U.S. military.
Yeah, of course. I mean, would make sense.
Governments do use those like tactics, regardless if it's like movies to put out like not propaganda, but to like build that. What do you call it? Like
nationalism,
confidence,
pride,
nationalism, pride, and
to
all
get
of
into stuff. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, it's very funny because that's very true, and I might be going off topic here. Did you guys ever see the photo of the flag of Iwo Jima?
Flag of what?
Iwo Jima.
I don't know what that is.
So in World War II, when the Americans...
I dare you to spell it.
I-double-O?
No, because of Igulu.
You know how to spell it. I don't know how to say it.
No, but that's a very good example, especially in terms of patriotism and nationalism. In World War II, when the Americans were responding to Pearl Harbor, I'm sure you guys know what happened in Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah, of course. If it has to do with Japs, we know it.
So the Americans were
bring it on, baby.
So the Americans were actually pushing really hard.
Mushroom salad for dinner.
Actually, that might have not even happened if this photo didn't go, because the American government was bankrupt, and they were at a point where they were most likely not even going to be able to give ammo to their soldiers, and the soldiers were pushing the Pacific and trying to, get to Japan to stop Japan and disabled it. And there was an island called Iwo Jima where they had to attack, and apparently it was so dire that America was looking for funds and looking for loans to be able to continue the war effort. And when they took Iwo Jima, the island which had a huge mountain on top, these soldiers, and I'm sure you guys have seen it somewhere but you don't remember, you see the photo of these soldiers putting up the American flag, and there's like 3 or 4, like 6 or 7 of them, and they're all like one, I think one is dead and the other one's like pulling it up, and it's an actual photo. And that photo was then put on the newspaper, and Americans started buying war bonds and
donating and shit.
Yeah, donating, and it actually saved the war effort for the United States.
Did they actually get the island, or was it Photoshop?
Well, I mean, they bombed Japan, so I think it's.
And I don't think it was Photoshop back then. I don't think Photoshop.
No, but you know what's funny?
They could fake the photo.
No,
bro, the whole moon landing videos that turned out to be fake.
We don't know if it's fake, man.
No. Some of them. No. I'm not saying all of them, but there's certain ones. No, there's certain one that is proven to be the video footage that they took in their training centers.
Yeah.
They just removed the background of the video. Yeah.
Okay, no.
I'm not saying the moon landing.
Yeah.
Some of
certain
the footage,
videos that circulate
the moon
in the
landing,
media.
you might be, but
No, but you know what's funny?
We
Are you
leave
gonna
that
go
for a
flat
conspiracy.
earth?
No, but you know what's funny? Funny enough, you say that the first photo, when they actually took the Iwo Jima, they actually got it already, and they planted the flag, but it didn't look good enough, so they said, do it again. So the second one that became so famous, so the second one that became so famous was actually a one they asked him to redo it again.
Wait, hold up. Was the person at the bottom dead already, or imagine he died for the second photo?
Yo, is he good? Someone pick him up. Oh, he's actually dead. Okay.
Fuck. Imagine
man.
Imagine it was like, dude, let me just have a sip of water. I'll plant the flag. Just like, let me have a sip of water. Dude, let's just do the photo and you have water. When it was like, fucking Dave, get up, man. Like,
okay, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
Calling home like, your son has given his life for his country. What did he do?
Plant the flag.
He actually failed to plant the flag properly. We had to redo the photo.
Bro, it's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of scary. Some of the these World War II footage they have. You have footage of the warships that were going to Japan.
Yeah.
You would have soldiers who fell off. Fell off, and the ship couldn't turn around. So,
Yeah, of course.
So they were left.
Yeah.
If they couldn't catch on to the boy, they were fucked.
Yeah, and the
No
boy
vaccine.
only you can throw.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. But anyway,
Imagine you have a thing at the back, no vaccines.
No, but literally, it was like if you fall, they can't turn around and get you. So I mean,
that sucks.
It's the same thing we talked about in one of the episodes about cruise ships, that like you can kill someone on it and like basically nothing will happen to you. It's the same thing that like.
what do you mean?
Have we
Cruise
not
ships you
talked
can-
about this?
Bro, what
I
other
think this
podcast
was
are you on?
No, I think this was like we were just talking about if you kill someone on a cruise ship, you can get away with it.
Did we not talk about this on a podcast?
I like how we're talking about psychopaths, and I'm sitting with two psychopaths.
You said
Tendencies,
yeah.
big difference.
No, but like on cruise ships, I'm pretty sure we talked
No,
about
we
this.
did talk about the
On cruise
podcast.
ships, like if a murder happens, the captain decides like if there should be criminal action taken against the person who's
You mean he's the
suspected.
law in the sea?
Yeah, basically. But in general, on cruise ships, a lot of people like fall off and no one notices because like if you fall off the balcony in your cabin, like it's at
No one's
night,
gonna know,
and like
yeah.
let's say you're traveling alone, no one's gonna fucking know till
That's fucked up.
Wasn't there a story of someone that like they
push someone off. Yeah, so many of them every year.
Yeah.
But that's fucking terrifying. I think for me the most terrifying thing would be in the middle of the ocean at night.
with us?
Actually,
No, that's not the terrifying part. I think it would be better if all three of us were in the water together. I'd be like, bro, something touched my foot.
That's me,
no,
bro.
actually,
Remember on the podcast when we played footsie?
I bring my foot up, it's gone. No,
I was hungry, man. I was hungry.
oops, I thought it was a fish. No,
Yeah.
but
Gotta hear you for a fish, man.
wax, goddammit.
I like how you guys building up on this.
No, but I watch a lot of these like fake survivor shows that like not fake, but like they like Bear Grylls shit.
Yeah.
that like is like
I'm gonna eat this toothpick, and then there's a
No,
guy
no.
with like a steak. Yeah.
no, the ones that were back in the day was better. But one of them was that like, okay, there was a story of someone that like, I don't know, his boat went down and like he had to survive on one of those, what do you call them? Like water rafts, survival water
Yeah.
rafts. So he recreated that situation, and the footage showed like you could see it like from a drone shot. It's just him on a fucking I know, close.
Yeah.
Him on one of those fucking air tubes.
Move it, my man. Like, why?
What was that deep voice? Mover. Barty and Daddy? What the fuck?
Yes, please. What the fuck, guys?
But yeah, the drone shot was of him just in the middle of the ocean, and then all around him nothing for like as far as you can see. And like I was imagining that situation, I think I would hate it more during the day, because imagine the sun on you nonstop for 8-9 hours, and there's nowhere you can go under shade. You run out of water,
that's
you start
pretty true.
hallucinating, and then you fucking die.
I mean, at night, anything that hits you, like fuck.
Bro, that was the thing. So
Shark.
So these. So
It's not the fucking door frame from Titanic that you're just sitting on. Like the raft has sides.
Bro,
and
I
shit.
know, but, like, when
bro,
they
there were actual people who were on rafts, and sharks used to bump into like at the bottom. So imagine you'd feel the snout.
How sharp
hit you.
is the fin?
No, the fin won't puncture it.
Yeah, but you still feel
No,
the
but
shark.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but the shark doesn't have like fucking arms. It goes, yo, what's going on? it's yeah. Yo, it just whooshed me, bro.
Give me that tape.
But that's the thing. So like, you know, a lot of these survivors, especially
Bestiality reverse.
shark fin soup, motherfucker. But that's the thing. So
Oh my god!
You-
Especially if you're Asian. It's like it's for revenge for my brother.
that happened for you, kill my brother. Oh god. Yeah, apparently the Japanese like kill everything in the sea. It's like a bonus for them. Fuck
like,
you,
what?
dolphin.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, credit to Japanese. They actually started doing bluefin tuna farming, and like.
I mean, they've been doing it for years. I don't know why I said
Yeah, what do you
like
mean
credit to them. They
like
just called me
credit,
yesterday.
no, like credit to them. They're doing that instead of like killing them off, because bluefin tunas are being like very killed off, basically.
So they're contributing. What?
They're
What is your
farming it
point?
instead of like going out and
Oh,
like
farming
ending
it.
it. Like that's
It's like
like,
ending it. It's like takes a gun. I'm sorry. What about my son?
oh, he's blue.
No, but the way you said, like they're farming it, they're like, you live with your family now. I come back after 8 months. No, but
Fair enough. Actually, that's a good point.
no, but the thing is that like you mean sustainable fishing.
Yes.
Where it's where they take a small quota and they allow them to.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's actually what I
Definitely,
meant.
yeah.
No, but that's the thing.
But sharks. Sharks.
No, but can you imagine like being on a raft, okay, and like at night, and
Bunch
you
of Asian people.
Why?
it's like what's that Theo Volt when it Theo Von?
Theo
Von,
Theo
Von.
Von or
the
Von.
comedian.
yeah, yeah.
Von.
It was like
Von,
if
yeah.
I had to eat someone, I'd eat a
Viet-
Vietnamese.
yeah.
I don't know,
Oh
it just
my
looked
God.
very forgiving. But yeah, can you imagine the state of mind you would be in? Like you're trying to relax in the raft, and you know that sharks are waiting for you to just fall out there because they keep bumping into the thing,
So sad.
and that's Pacific. So imagine great white sharks.
Yeah. Oh,
You know,
That's a fucking bad way to
That's
go.
a bad way to go. Yeah.
And then imagine you're so thirsty. So like a lot of these survivors, they talk about people who couldn't last. One guy, imagine, I don't know specifically where it happened, but the guy became so delirious. He said, "I'm going back home," and he just walks off the raft.
Bye.
You know, bro, he just
you're
walks-
not Jesus. You can't walk on the water.
No, but he just walks and starts swimming, and then apparently he swam, and then they just saw like that, and it,
To be fair, if you're hallucinating, it's a quick way to go. Like you probably won't.
yeah,
feel that.
clearly the shark's gonna come and just get you in the jugular. No, dude, it's gonna like.
Yeah, but
I
you're
mean,
still
it's better than
hallucinating.
ending yourself with a fucking flare gun. Imagine that shit.
Well, that's actually pretty good.
What
Like,
the fuck?
What do you mean? How is it good?
just
It's gonna be burning off. Like it's not. It's
Bro,
like
the
a-
speed is not like fucking an ant walking. It's still fucking. It
Yeah,
has
it's
like
not-
a
it's not-
gas
No,
power. It's
no,
not-
but it doesn't have the power to like go through you. It like hit you and then burn.
no, I mean,
If you're not gonna shoot
Okay,
yourself in the stomach,
worst
bro.
thing- if it was
Let me put it
imagine
up my ass.
like the stomach acid is like dissolving
Pretty sure
you
if
from
you
the
put it in your
inside.
mouth, it's gonna blow your fucking skull out.
Let's
Maybe.
try it. Let's try it. Next
Yeah.
episode, boys. Flare gun.
We're just like, guys, I have a surprise
Guys,
for
remember
you.
when I said I have flare gun? But yeah. Anyway, going back to all of that, yeah.
Which one?
No. So, because to get back, we're staying on psychopaths, which we now know you are.
Oh, I thought we were into the
Actually,
Asian
can I
soup
say
one.
something? we talked about Lost. I think it was you on the episode and
The series.
Bro, you don't have to
Yes.
rub it in that I wasn't in the
Bro,
episode.
I'm sorry, man. Like we missed you. Like we proper missed you. But like the episode Lost. I started rewatching it, and I really want to like. I don't know if there's a book or if there's show or something to read and all that about like surviving. Because imagine if that shit happens. You need to know how to survive. You can't. There's no data for YouTube. You'd be like, how do you start a bonfire?
There's actually
There's actually-
a whole
there's-
load of shit on YouTube, building fucking anything from
My man,
hunting,
I'm
building.
saying do it now. So then, if it happens, I won't have data to look up shit.
They
on
No, so
YouTube.
do it
sell-
now.
They sell bunkers for this specific reason.
No, but he's talking
You're
about
not
something else.
understanding.
It's not like he crashes. Guys, don't worry. I have a bunker.
Yeah, I'm saying
I'll die in here
look
now.
up,
'Cause
like survival, like in like
Techniques.
techniques of
how to start a fire.
how to start a
how to
fire,
make a
all
latrine,
these stuff.
make all this.
Like,
What do you mean these aren't like?
bro, they're available. I'm saying it's good to know these stuff.
It's
That's
on
what-
you to know it before it happens.
That's what I'm saying.
So Friday, you tell the missus you're not gonna see her. He sits in his room.
What happened?
He's like,
I lit up, bro. You know what's the thing? He put it back. He put it back in the middle.
I like holding it both.
So-
I like it doing the agent.
so-
What?
so whoever's not watching this,
Very nice.
Namaste. Korosh has had his cup right in front of him, and it's in his blind spot because his mic's there.
His
And-
blind spot.
It is, bro.
is a
The
blind
mic
spot,
is
yeah,
here, and he
okay.
can't see it.
Not everyone like you fucking keeps the mic right there, you know.
For people who are not watching, he's put the mic to his navel. Sorry. Nasal. But yeah, so let's.
Yeah, there's a lot of survival shit you can watch. I'll send you a couple of
Thank
links.
you.
Yeah,
That
no
was-
problem.
Bro, have you seen this one kit? Like I don't know. It looks like
One
a
kid?
Kit.
Oh, I was like how small is the kid now?
It's the abortion kit.
It's this one kit
You kept it?
where it's like all survival things in one. I need to buy that. It's like apparently it looks like a Swiss Army knife, but it has like rope that can go
Yeah, it has flints.
flint.
yeah.
It has a knife. It has everything you need.
Yeah, but most of them are not good quality.
No, but you get the good quality one.
Yeah,
It's not like you go to Alibaba and get the one. Like,
You probably can find good quality there, but you gotta order.
says
like
the guy who was
2,000
so
of them.
racist against Asians. That, yeah, you know Alibaba would be a good one.
I mean,
I haven't been racist against Asians.
I hate to break it to you, but
Where's that? Bro, can you just put right here, like, you know that meme where it goes doubt? You know, like doubt? But yeah, I would say
The
get
Americans
that.
bombed them. I had nothing to do with it. Like,
fair enough. But like it's getting stuck on the island. Oh wait, sorry, you were gonna say something.
No. I
you're
was
saying it's good to get the kits.
Yeah, no, but
get that kit and always keep it with you.
I mean, gotta try. Next surprise, guys. I have this knife. Let's see how it works.
Bro, imagine. Next episode, Kurosh invites us to the middle of the desert. He's like, "Oh, you brought your car?" Takes a fucking knife and
should-
pops the tire.
We should do an episode in the desert.
How the sound is gonna fuck it up?
What
Bring
sound?
the mics.
Huh?
We'll bring the mics.
What sound?
sounds? Yeah,
Like the wind and everything. The mic isn't gonna be.
Bro, the
It's
because
fine.
It's not.
I thought you
full
meant like
stop.
the sand was gonna be talking.
Wait, they don't talk? You don't hear them?
Bro, oh my god.
that'd be funny. Yeah. Since the haunted house didn't happen, the haunted desert.
No. I want to do that. I'm gonna set it up, but not that
We
place.
can't,
No, but
yeah.
not that place.
Not that
That
one.
place.
Another
kinda
place.
But we'll find one. Like crashing or being stuck on a raft and everything, it sucks. But like, what would you say is your biggest fear, actually?
In life or like
In
in,
li-
terms of like survival.
In life. What is it?
I told you last episode.
No, so list your 3 biggest fears. That's a good thing to
Okay.
get.
Mine is we're talking life and death situations, right? Not like not being successful. Like
No. That's like a that's a disappointment.
one is what I mentioned in the last episode is getting a disease that affects my brain. So like I lose my memories or like control of who I am, all that shit. The other one would be dying in the ocean in whatever shape or form, on a raft, without a raft, whatever. Third one would be I'll get back to you.
You don't have any illogical.
I like how he was like, "We'll get back to you."
After this break, we'll get back to you.
Messages Bardi at 4 a.m. My biggest fear is to die alone.
No,
Okay, buddy, are you okay?
My biggest fear is insomnia. You caused it, motherfucker.
No, I think after a couple more episodes, we'll be going to Japan. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna kill us there.
No, I'm part of the. I'll be the guys. Like imagine we're all three, then you see me. I'm on their side. Cheer them, cheer them up.
Watch this clip.
Jack the Lipper.
Check the lift.
I'm from Japan.
It's Asians. But then it's like you don't have any
Same.
illogical. You don't have any illogical fears.
I have like weird OCD tics. That, like right before I leave the house, I have to check all the like stove, like the knobs,
Okay.
because otherwise I keep imagining my dog being on fire and screaming
Okay.
the house alone, like that
Can
kind.
you imagine like stokes of fire and it has a man's voice?
Motherfuckers! No, like I have a lot of those. Like
He grabs the song. It's like you mean ah.
no, another one is if I leave the garage door open in my head, my whole family, I'm gonna come home and find them stabbed like on the
Yeah,
floor.
You're not in the UK. What the fuck, man?
No man, he mentioned this to me 3 years ago. It's still stuck in my head.
I have this dream about once a month.
Can you imagine? Your gate's not that high, yeah, but the garage. Oh fuck! I can't. I don't have elbows. I just can't lift myself. But when the garage opens, boys, it's time to eat.
Yeah, it's like that kind of weird shit.
No,
Like, if I
that's-
don't do this,
But that's
this
not an
will
irrational fear.
happen. It is.
How is it an irrational fear?
If I
Your
don't
family
close the
getting
garage,
murdered.
our gate is fucking open all the time, as you mentioned. Like if the garage door is closed, like my family's not gonna get stabbed.
Can you
like,
imagine there's like a car of murderers? Hey, don't go to that house.
Yeah.
The garage is closed. Okay, we have rules. Let's go to the next. Oh,
The gate
boys!
is open. The gate is open.
No, man. But
Yeah, I have that kind of weird like OCD tics
Okay.
that I try not to like lean into, but those two I can't like. Yeah. What about you?
irrational fear,
Just
Or just
fear,
fears.
like your biggest fears.
heights.
Okay.
Yeah, like heights fucking scare the shit out of me. I think also another one would be, I don't know, claustrophobia came up like,
That's a fear. Yeah.
yeah, like it came up when I was
Phobia. Like,
when I was on the flight to Barcelona.
really?
Yeah, because I was on the window and my brother was on my left and there was another guy. And the person in front of me put their seat all the way back.
Oh my god.
So, but luckily I'm tall, so like I can look over like that, you know. And I don't know, like the feeling of not being able to move really pissed me off.
it was you that mentioned the MRI as well, right?
Oh yeah, MRI was.
that's claustrophobia as well.
I don't know. I had even when I did American football. I remember I got tackled and everyone landed on my head.
I think I was there.
Yeah, he was one of the guys. Yo, Faisal, why you freaking out, bro?
Oh, that's Faisal.
Faisal, you good?
Can't get out.
No, but bro, do you remember when we had that challenge? You remember the two guys?
Oh my god.
Well, we had a failed attempt at making an American football team in Dubai. Teacher was like, guys, you go make an American football team. It lasted 2 days.
What happened?
People broke fingers. People started getting into fist fights.
He got your back got fucked. Like,
Bro,
it's like
imagine.
second day is like, yeah, I don't think I can do this.
Bro, imagine, yeah. Okay, so on the day they had like this one guy who I think watched the American football match and he thought he would be the coach. Yeah. So imagine all of us and I'm considered a linebacker. Yeah.
okay.
So me and this other big guy, they're like, we want you. Everyone surround them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we want you both to charge at each other, and you shouldn't let him cross your line, bro. The idiot I am, I run towards him and don't put my hands up, so I headbutt him. Bro, I headbutt him, and then you see here, body, they go, get him, fucking get him. And bro, it's like two buffalo, you know, just like that. And then I win, yeah? And I land on him, and bro, I realize my brain hit the sides of my head. Yeah. Like that.
Like concussion.
Bro, I was in pain afterwards and stuff like that. And I realized, like, fuck, what bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
And then they were shooting balls, like they were shooting American footballs from a machine at these guys at full speed.
First day.
Yeah, but it hit your chest, yeah?
I think so. I don't remember.
It stopped his
I
heart for a
forgot.
second. Bro, it
I
went,
didn't hit my head.
bro, it went full speed and it missed his hands, and hit his chest, and Bardia, like luckily, had muscles. So you hear his heart hit the back of his what the fuck? Yo, there's a ghost in here, man. Goddamn.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Yeah, so So it hits his chest, and I just hear him go, "Oh!" But it's like, I'm good. Yeah,
Bro,
man.
I think I was wide receiver. So like you have to like run all the way.
Hey, because
Man.
you're good at sprinting, right?
Yeah, but sprinting is very different. Like you stop and you chill after, but this you don't stop. You go
run,
back and
catch.
you keep, yeah. So imagine we're talking about Dubai. So we all are smokers. So imagine literally after practice, we're all with our doha and like cigarettes. Like, yeah, man, that was a good practice. Like,
Bro, you had guys with fingers broken and stuff. And,
Jesus.
And I remember
except for what's his name? Mansoor.
Mansoor's finger.
Bro, this guy is a beast. Like, so he was on the basketball team. This like I fucked up my finger too when I went to grab the ball. It hit my finger. Like I had a cast on my finger for like 2 days. Okay, like these like,
okay.
like no, it was proper fucked.
Yeah.
Him. Let's go. I'm like, my
Different
God.
breed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either watch too many movies or
No. This guy was a beast, and it was for sure a different breed.
Yeah.
But it was really fun because we all enrolled onto this thing, and you just see all of us getting like emergencies and shit.
No, I'm saying. I'll say it later. No, continue. Sorry.
I'm so confused. Okay,
No, I'm not gonna say it. No.
they're like, okay, so they're basically feeling each other.
No. Something was on.
Okay. No worries. But yeah,
Complete.
I think it was a very fun experience because we just all had no idea about American football.
Yeah.
Actually, I tried it out in UK. Like I tried out for
In the UK.
Yeah,
chaps.
rugby or
No.
No,
Our
rugby's
university,
different, man.
my university is the number one sport university in Europe.
Yeah.
So they had an American football version as well. Obviously, all the rugby rejects go there because the rugby team is like basically half the team will get signed up for the national team.
Yeah.
Like that level.
Damn.
Yeah. So even then, the thing is like I'm not fast, but also I'm not big enough to be the big guys. So I was just getting pummeled from left and right, like every
That's what the
direction.
instructor was saying to us. Is like, I don't need you to be fast. Just hit people.
Yeah.
And I remember like it was me and 3 other guys, and bro, we were like, you know, he was just looking at us, and he's like, your training is going to be just smashing into things.
Yeah.
And there was one moment where someone would have the ball run towards it, and we just had to grab him.
Yeah.
And I remember he ran towards me, and I just, bro, perfect T-pose. The guy was like this. I got him under, and I threw him on the ground. And you know, his head hit the back of the floor. And I'm like, dude, this guy's dead. And he looked at me, and he was like, and just got up and walked away. And I'm like, this is so dangerous.
Yeah. They actually
And also, we didn't have any funding for one of the other reasons.
So you had one guy with his own glove, you had one guy with his own helmet. Me, I'm using like a fucking.
No helmet, but one of the
helmet?
One of the main reasons the whole team and everything didn't actually go through wasn't because we were smoking, wasn't because we were.
Sure.
You can get educated through it, okay, with proper training. But we had zero funding. There was no uniform. There was no helmet. There was no padding. There was no pads.
There was like 2 helmets for like 32 people. And they're like, okay, listen, which one of you guys is dad's important? You, okay, here's the helmet.
What's your GPA? 2.6? You're fine.
Gets hit. I'm actually,
3.9? You need the helmet.
after he gets hit, 1.2. But
But you know, they've done researches on like rugby players versus American football players.
Yeah.
And the American football players have a lot more brain injuries. And
Yeah.
the reason is because they have the helmets and the pads and everything.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you can actually take on more than you can do. So like you go fucking with your head in the middle of their chest or whatever the fuck they do. So it actually leads to more brain trauma because of the protection that they have.
Wow.
I don't even think it's the protection. I think it's also the way they tackle. Because in rugby, if you see,
You're not allowed to do certain...
you know, but in American football, you can actually like, you know, a lot of the times they go full weight into it.
Yeah.
In rugby, they grab then spin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't have the pads and shit, it's going to hurt you like a
so
motherfucker.
you're getting
you know?
hit by a train, and you're getting
Yeah.
hit by like 20, 30 guys.
Yeah, so
in a
this is
day.
what the research concluded, that because you have the pads and the helmets, you feel that invincibility that I can just fly into someone like a fucking wall of bricks.
Have you seen? I hate Will Smith, but have you seen the movie called Concussion?
Yeah.
Bro, that was an eye opener because they had no idea what a concussion was at the time, and they believed that, oh, you know, these guys just get tired, and a lot of these dudes who were like linebackers or like the defensive line were taking the biggest hits.
Yeah, of course.
And they were getting concussed but not being checked on it. So years later, they were getting mental issues. Some were getting paranoid and stuff because their brains had inflamed and not properly swelled down. So parts of their personality changed. And a lot of these guys would go like into traffic at full speed. Some guys would kill their whole family with a gun.
There was I think, I forgot his name, something Hernandez, I think. It is a documentary on Netflix. I think he killed a bunch of people, like family members. And they think the lead reason for it was brain trauma and CTE. But this is very common, like with like military personnel, fucking boxers, like martial arts, because you get fucking kicked in the head and shit.
Yeah.
Is that they see it can lead to depression, memory loss, personality change, all of that shit.
And the PTSD, they have new studies.
PTSD is different than
No, I was saying
CTE.
like military.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm saying there's new ways to
treat it. Yeah, but CTE is permanent brain damage. It's different than
It's called CT.
CTE. I forgot what it stands for, but a lot of like they used to call it back in the day for military people. They used to call it shell shocked.
Have you seen the videos of shell shocked people?
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
Yeah,
bro,
but
terrifying.
like even in boxing, like Muhammad Ali, like
no, but that's different.
No, some of the reason of it was because of the
No,
brain trauma.
No, but that's brain trauma. So he.
Obviously there's different severity and categories of it, but all fall within the umbrella of CTE.
Yeah, but shell shock is something where their brain associates something and can actually cause them to deal or to act in a certain way. Like Muhammad Ali got Parkinson's and all this because of the damage to his brain, physical damage. People who were shell shocked were, like in World War I, a lot of people became shell shocked because they were underground. You know the trenches, and they used to be bombed day and night. And the sound and all of the, remember, stress is something that's chemically released in your body. And if you don't deal with it, it can actually alter it alters your body. That's why they say stress kills. You know, and a lot of these guys would get associated. Like I remember watching a video where it's like in black and white, and there's a soldier, he acts normal, and then someone brings him a helmet. Do you see that? And the guy freaks out, just falls on the floor, starts trembling and stuff. But I get what you mean. But it's just different.
Shell shock was basically either it's a mixture, and also back then they couldn't distinguish the difference. Is a mixture of CTE and PTSD. So the thing that the video you're talking about, I've seen it. They bring the helmet is because it's giving him flashbacks to all the shit that happened.
True.
But also CTE was part of being shell shocked. Was basically shell shock is like when your brain rattles in your head from being underground, all the fucking bombs dropping on you. All that wave creates different pressure in your brain that makes your brain swell up. So some of it is CTE, some of it is PTSD for like military related stuff. But for sport related, obviously, I guess you can get PTSD too, some form of it. Because PTSD is not specific to military personnel. Like you see people who've been through like rough shit in their...
You see the football player, their kid is running towards him to give him the hug. PTSD, punches him right in the face, like, motherfucker, nobody's texting now.
I think you got it mixed up, but I know what you mean. PTSD is shell shock. Shell shock was a term used in the military.
Yeah, but
CTE is the one where you're talking about physical damage to the brain.
Yeah, but that's
CTE
the thing.
is chronic traumatic encephalopathy. Is a brain condition thought to be linked to repeated head injuries and blows to the head. It slowly gets worse over time and leads to dementia, but the right help and support can manage it.
Let me say this. When the term shell shocked was popular, they didn't know about CTE or PTSD. So it was used as a blanket term for all of that in the military. That's what I mean. That like it was due to their lack of knowledge that they put everything under the same umbrella. I agree with you, like on the stuff you said 100%. It's just they didn't have a better term for it. They didn't have the studies, and like they just called everything the same thing.
Type of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Stress disorder, sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
So what are your other fears?
I said 2, yeah. So schizophrenia.
Heights.
Heights
Like
and
your stance.
I think heights, claustrophobia, and I think the third one is so are you talking about a phobia, like a fear of death from it?
Something you're scared of. You can be scared of, like, I have a very irrational fear of insects.
Getting torn apart by 5 lions in the middle of Africa.
Or licking a frog.
That's logical. I feel that's logical. Frog?
No, okay, so...
By the way, everyone called you a pussy for licking a frog thing, making such a fuss out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
He was like, motherfucker, really?
Well, let them lick the frog then. But
People sign up.
so, I think an irrational fear for me would be
What the fuck?
that's irrational. Honestly, can't think of anything irrational in the sense.
Okay, you keep.
Would you say the
thinking
ocean? Would that be an irrational fear? Yeah, it is an irrational
It
fear.
doesn't have to be irrational. It's just a fear.
That's my.
Thalassophobia,
What's that?
which is the fear of submerged objects.
What?
What
Yeah.
example?
So
please?
imagine, just picture this.
Imagine the debate. Elaborate.
Imagine this underwater, and you see a submarine coming towards you, just appear from the darkness, and it's like dark, and you just see a huge object moving in the water. That for me is terrifying. Like,
I think it would depend on the object for me.
no. So
If it's a dolphin, you still should be afraid.
no. But it's not that. It's the unknowing. So like, imagine you're in the water, and then just out of nowhere, this huge object appears in front of you, or like you're in the water and you see like a silhouette of a shark.
Yeah, see that
something
makes a
like
big difference.
Yeah,
Submarine and a shark.
No, but you need to see the video, or let's say like you have a photo of someone, like they have these photos on Reddit. It's called thalassophobia, where you see a diver, and then you see the Titanic shipwreck in front of him,
Okay,
and just that is like terrifying for me.
interesting. I've never heard of this one.
Yeah, it's
The thing is, for me, is like I have the fear of the ocean in general. So like,
Large bodies of water.
Yeah,
Thalassophobia. There's intense phobia or fear of large bodies of water. If you have thalassophobia, you may be afraid of the ocean, sea, and large lakes. Some people may deal with little anxiety about the ocean. Thalassophobia is a fear of ocean.
yeah, but it's because it's in the water.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Bodies of
but like
water.
for me, like I have a bit of that. So if I'm in the ocean all alone and then suddenly a submarine appears, I think I'm gonna feel like a sense of relief, like
Yeah.
other humans. But if it's a shark, I'm gonna be like,
Unless you
fuck
see
me.
a flag on top of the submarine.
is that the
you didn't-
Iranian?
Fuck!
Iranian, sure.
If it's Japan.
Baba, you need a picture.
Look at the beard. It's America's What about you? You asked the question, you didn't reply.
Well, for me, my biggest fear is the ocean.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember you told me that. Yeah, and the palm used to get even nervous.
Yeah, but if we go at night close to that, like the unedged
Water.
area, like because we go to the crescent and we would just sit by the thing, like I get a bit of a discomfort because something happened childhood. I'll elaborate so you don't think someone raped me in the water. Like, so
That'd be very difficult, bro.
Bro, he went to a dolphin aquarium. Flipper? No.
Ripper.
Yo, I'm Flipper. This is my cousin Ripper.
No, but I'm fuck. So, like I was with my dad, and we got onto this like these speedboats, like
Yeah.
and we're at the Caspian Sea,
Okay.
and we just went further with this like driver, and then we got in the water, and the my dad always says like this was one of the things that he always thinks everything through. He was like, this is one of the very few moments of my life that I didn't think it through. So when you're in the water, you feel like when you see the shore, you think it's really close.
Yeah.
But it's actually pretty
Yeah.
far away. So my dad said we can swim it back, and I was like 3-4 years old
Fuck,
then.
okay.
I had obviously like a jacket, but he told the guy to go back to the shore and we'll swim it back. The tide was against us, and we didn't notice it then. And the fucking driver guy didn't fucking say shit either.
You just left.
So we kept swimming back, and then we couldn't get close.
Pushed back.
So I remember my dad put me on his back, and he swam all the way to the shore, and the sun was setting. Like, it was pretty much almost dark.
Yeah.
So the stress of him being stressed out to get there, and the water getting dark, and like imagine 3-4 years old trying to get back to the shore,
Create that
that
fear for you.
created that bit of anxiety for me. I remember one time, this is like 10 years ago, but we were at a boat party.
I think it was my 17th birthday.
Yeah, so 10 years ago, I was pretty intoxicated, obviously, because it was his birthday, just because it was his birthday. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be scared of this anymore. I got this. I jumped in the water, And it was at night. Second in the water, all of a sudden, my muscles, like, it literally everything, like, froze. I couldn't move. I was like, I'm drowning. I'm going down. And fuck, thank God Hassan was there to save me. Like,
I was standing on a boat here, and Barry was maybe double this length. I'm like, we can see you. Like, everyone is.
No,
like,
but I was going down. I was like, I can't swim. Like, for some reason, I was going down. Like, I was like.
I was standing on the boat. All I could think was, "Yeah, I'm not gonna jump in the water. Someone else will get it." Like,
I think I'll make a mistake. Like I made a mistake. It's not thalassophobia. It's submechanophobia.
Jesus. Okay.
That for me is eerie. Like,
That looks cool.
Let me see.
no, that's like for me unsettling.
Okay, send me a picture of this so I can put it in the
Yeah,
episode
yeah.
later.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That looks pretty sick, dude.
So only in the water,
like
though.
the picture.
No. So in the water,
I mean,
like,
if you see a submarine on land, like
No,
it's just
no, but imagine if it's dark.
like, bro, that's a sunken ship.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I think it's the fear of seeing that an object had sunk and people were in it and they died,
Okay.
and you think about what had gone through, but it's like it's a terrifying sort of, like one of the things some asshole in Germany did, he made a shark at the bottom of a lake, a metal shark with razor sharp teeth. And there's a photo. I'll show you, bro. I was.
We should put it in Atlantis. That lazy lake there. That looks funny.
Bro, imagine you're scuba diving and you see this.
I love it.
No, that's not funny.
The sense of humor is, come on, there's a lot of effort into that joke.
For a person that's
You
scared
see
of
that
it.
in the middle of the water and you think that's funny?
No.
You're like swimming and you see that.
I'll shut myself. But if it was me, I'll put a few cameras in the mouth of that shark just to capture people's like.
Bro,
Yeah,
he's
you
probably
put a GoPro
killed
there.
He's probably killed people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is your other fears?
My other fear is, actually, I've been working on this. The Ring.
Really?
The movie, remember?
Which one was The Ring?
What?
It's basically
Like
you
the
watch
one
a
with
movie, watch a movie, and in 7 days you die, and the girl comes out of the TV.
The one with the hair in
that
the
one.
front.
That one, yeah.
Bro, because I was like, I don't know, 5 years old when that movie came out, and my sister was obsessed with like scary movies, and like I used to hang out with her all the time. So she just put the movie, the whole house dark, and she watched it, and I sat next to her and I watched the whole thing. And like it traumatized me. Like I actually, for a while, a couple of our friends, just to fuck with me, like when I'm not looking, they'll put their hair in front of themselves, their face, and they just, when I look back, I see it, and I just literally would like.
Wait till today.
Now I'm better. I actually kept staring at the image.
Okay, so there's a movie on Netflix called Incantation.
I
Have you
watched
seen
it, I
this?
watched it.
So for people who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a woman being basically like kind of haunted.
Possessed.
But like throughout the movie, she does like signals with her hand, and there's sayings that comes on the screen and stuff. And there's a theory that basically anyone that does that along, because in the movie she says like, "Do it with me," kind of shit. I haven't watched the full movie, so I don't know, but you can confirm. So apparently, people who do it actually get the curse on them. This is the
Yeah,
thing
but don't say anything about it, because I wanted to take you guys to a haunted house, and you're like, bro, I heard it follows you back home. Like,
He called me. He was like, "Bro."
someone told me. I don't know.
So if the ghost gets attached,
Okay, wait. Let me explain. So
Yeah.
someone told me that when we had the idea to go to a haunted house.
Okay, Nat's gonna listen to this, and Nat's
Yeah.
gonna definitely not let me do that.
I'll tell you the reason why I told you. So someone told me that if you go to a haunted house and say the ghost is a woman, and she somehow she gets attached to you, then and she comes with they can travel with you. Apparently, I don't know. But wait. Let
We're
me
going on a trip.
so you know what you do? Just say you love her. She'll get weirded out. She'll be like, I don't want that one.
So the person told me that if they get attached to you when you go back home and you show affection to, let's say, another woman or a loved one, they can get jealous and murder those people. So I'm like, I didn't believe in it, but I thought it would be funny if I tell Bardi, because he has a wife, that like this could happen. And
Now
just
my wife will listen to this episode.
Imagine Barney is home and he sees you in the mirror. Natalie who? I don't know who she is.
my sister.
She just works in my house, man. I love you. I love you.
Thank you. Why do I sound like the
Spitting or something like that?
no the what do you call it from Tropic Thunder? Remember?
You
best friend.
No, but when you
Simple Jack.
yeah, Simple Jack. But when you guys told me about that, I was like, what the fuck? I'm on a podcast with these guys, and they're scared a fucking female ghost is gonna come and be like, Bardia, Kurosh, I like you, bro. There's so much more things to be scared of, man. Like
If it's a male ghost, butt fucks you in your sleep.
you know, it's funny that you always say this. You know, it's like, bro, what if he does this to me? We should go.
Sleeping ass.
Kurosh gets possessed, and you see his pants are always down. Kurosh, oh, sorry, what? I'm not feeling too well today, but that's the thing. Like,
Is it hot? It's
yeah,
hot.
bro, it's like 5 degrees. No, but that's the thing. Like, I know for a fact that when
The way he did that.
yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah,
Hey, keep it in your pants.
it's already out.
Let me turn the cameras off.
But that's the thing. I think us going to like a haunted house or something like that would be a fun experience.
What if the ghost is Japanese and we continue doing the Japanese jokes? Because
Bro, you keep saying we.
bro, come on.
What
We've
was
all
the
done it.
island's name?
Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima.
You want to do it there?
He's from there. You motherfuckers.
You know that soldier.
But I like how today's video podcast went from psychopaths,
Yeah.
and then what are you afraid of? And then
I'm gonna use it against you. Find Faisal's body in the
so
ocean.
If
with the shit.
something, if the whole, imagine the whole room was dark, okay, and you
black
didn't
guy,
see me, for example, I'm wearing all black. All of a sudden, I emerge and I come close to you. Is that gonna give you anxiety?
I was thinking of like you saying like I just come out naked.
I definitely thought you were gonna say a black guy comes. A lot harder to see.
No, I mean fair because of the
No, but
skin
that's not.
pigmentation.
But bro, that's not the thing. It's like, you know, it's not like the reason is it being in water because we don't
water.
know about water. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the big
you know what I mean? Like,
fears of oceans because it's a fear of unknown.
exactly. But in this room, if you turn the lights off, I know what's in the room already.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah, but
a black guy comes like that? You don't expect that. Like,
You're standing here and you just go. You just see the teeth.
oh my god.
Alright, on that note, let's end the episode. We did like an hour, 20 minutes.
Oh,
hour,
sure.
50
Okay.
minutes. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the podcast.
Wait, let me say something here, guys. What do you think we should talk about in the next episode?
One thing. A company has reached out to us. We probably should have said this in the beginning of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
But
When we have more listeners.
they have developed an AI software that apparently doesn't have any filters. Apparently it's funny and like can make jokes, inappropriate jokes and all of that. So if you guys have any specific questions that you want us to ask the AI, because we're probably going to do it next episode or the episode after, put it in the comments or DM us on social media. And we'll, if the questions are good, we'll use them in the interview.
And to the person who talked about a surgeon, we'll talk about it next episode. We actually read the article about it. We'll talk about it next episode.
All right. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our social media accounts. The camera's on me. Whatever you do is not going to show. All right. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Peace.